Hello there, my dudes and dudettes. Today we're doing another one of your picks. I've seen this weapon requested quite a lot, so I thought I would finally give it a shot. The weapon I'm talking about is the almighty Astilla Prime. Now, I keep mistaking this for a rifle, but it's not. It is a shotgun that fires a slug which does pure impact damage on direct hit, and then explodes in a 2.4 meter radius, which does a mainly slash but still a decent chunk of puncture. It sports a 21% crit chance, a 1.9 times crit multiplier, and a status chance of 37%. Other than that, it has decent fire rate of 4.33, a 24-round magazine, and a reload time of 2 seconds. So let's finally give it a shot, shall we? This has a unique trait? Oh, just more maximum when wielded by Gyra, right. The explosion on this is actually quite cool. It's not very big, but the fall-off is only 30%. Right, my god, this is a shotgun. I keep thinking that this is a rifle, but yeah, this is a shotgun, so we can run Vendetta. That could be a lot of fun. Prime point blank for some base damage, galvanized hell for the multi-shot. Do we want to run Savvy? Galvanized Savvy, that is? Probably. Let us move the polarities around a little bit, there we go. Cleaned it up so that it looks nicer. It would probably make more sense to go viral and like go on slash, but corrosive. I kind of want to go corrosive and cold. We could go prime chilling grasp. Yeah. So I guess we have to move the depolarity back down now. Back down you go, buddy boy. Do we want to go crit or not? Like, the crit multi is below average. It only goes up to 4x with primed ravage. And then, the crit chance isn't terribly high either. 63% with critical deceleration, that's quite low. But we will get puncture procs as well. For now, let's just take it out. Maybe we'll try it later. I left Avenger on my frame just to kind of simulate what it would feel like to have the extra crit. Oh, that does feel good though. That does feel very good. We don't have crit damage, so that's one thing to bear in mind. That's feeling very nice. You son of a bitch, I'm in, but before we start modding for crit, let's take Avenger out. I wonder what the fire rate's gonna be like. Let us see. I am not loving this. It's not too slow, but I'm not loving it. Actually, before I start slapping Forma around, I want to try one more thing. How the hell do I fit this in? I guess we'll have to Forma anyway, but there we go. This feels surprisingly good, considering we have no armor strip. Maybe Viral Electricity is the way to go. The single target is not amazing, but the slash you get from the explosion actually helps quite a bit. Alright, I'll bite. Let's Forma this so we can run Primed Ravage. And there it is, from 3x crit multi to 4x. Lovely. You can even fit in Fatal Acceleration. We unfortunately don't have enough for Galvanized Acceleration. Let's add Harold, and let's actually switch him over to Corrosive and Heat. Oh, this is well good. Yes, I like it. I want to give Corrosive another try though. Shotgun Barrage. What about this? I removed the crit. We're running Shotgun Elementalist to boost the blast, and then we have Prime Chilling Grasp and Prime Charge Shell for Corrosive and Blast. And Shotgun Barrage for fire rate. This is really funny, and it does actually kind of work. It does good damage, but unfortunately it chews through ammo too fast. There's no way we can sustain this, even with mutation. That could actually work. Yeah, so it's corrosive and cold with crit, and we run Vigilante Fervor for the set bonus. Let's also switch Harold back to Viral. Oh my god, this is the one. This is the one. We found it. Yes. This is it, my dudes and dudettes. Let's swap this to be config A, and we're gonna have to reformat this because ideally I would want to run Vigilante Supplies. Not necessarily for the mutation, though that's also gonna help, but mainly for the set bonus so that we get a 2-piece. Okay, this needs to be a V. We could theoretically just run unranked Vigilante Supplies, but I don't have unranked Vigilante Supplies. I think this is a good investment, 25 plat for unranked Vigilante Supplies. It's gonna save me Forma in the future. This is not the first time I wanted to do this. In you go. This is gonna help with ammo sustain, and it gives us 10% chance to enhance a crit. Essentially 0 ramp up, lovely stuff. This feels absolutely terrific. Good choice, my dudes and dudettes. You made Papa very happy with this one. The splash damage is quite good as well. Unfortunately, the explosion isn't very big, so the enemies have to be stacked very tightly for the damage to actually splash onto them, but it's still nice to have. This is definitely something I'm gonna use in the future. I like this very much. Show me the good stuff. That's the good stuff. Like, the damage isn't the best, but it's more than good enough. And the cold procs. Ah, so good. I love having cold versus Acolyte. Seems to be fine versus the Grenier as well, which makes sense because they are weak to corrosive. I actually really like the rhythm on the fire rate with like critical deceleration, lowering it, and then vigilante supplies, not supplies, fervor, pushing it back up. This is just, it feels very nice. The fire rate feels on point. I think we're pretty much done. I can't think of anything else I would want to do here. Feels nice, damage is good, ammo sustain is tremendous. Yeah. This feels right. Yeah, the Acolyte damage, yeah, look at that. That's more than good enough. So, here's the final build for the Astilla Prime. We've tried a lot of different setups, but this is the one that we ended up going with. We have Primed Point Blank for base damage, Galvanized Hell for multi-shot, Critical Deceleration for crit chance, Primed Ravage for crit damage, Vigilante Fervor to boost the fire rate and to also get the Vigilante set bonus, and then we have Primed Chilling Grasp for a ton of code, as well as Toxic Barrage and Shell Shock for corrosive damage and status chance. We're also running Vigilante Supplies, unranked Vigilante Supplies even, in the Exile slot, not necessarily for the mutation, though that's always nice, but mainly for the set bonus. So we have a 2-piece Vigilante set bonus, which gives us a 10% chance to enhance a crit by an entire tier. And finally, for the Arcane, we run Shotgun Vendetta for a ton of multi-shot and a bunch of reload speed. Now I do want to mention that we are running 2 Emerald Archon charts for more maximum corrosive procs, which is always nice on a corrosive based setup, though here it doesn't make that big of a difference. It's nice to have, but if you don't have them, it's not gonna make a massive difference. We're also running a priming pet, though here again it's not as impactful as on other guns because we're not using condition overload. So the pet is mostly used to prime Viral. This is an absolutely tremendous setup for a tremendous weapon, so of course I'm gonna recommend you give it a shot. It might not be the best weapon in the world, but it provides a really nice blend of damage, AoE, and fun. Just don't treat it as an AoE weapon, right? It's not an AoE weapon, it's a weapon with a bit of splash damage. Now this isn't the only way to build this weapon, right? Not by a long shot. You can actually go for a damage over time setup with Hemorrhage since the weapon has a guaranteed impact proc on direct hits. But I very much prefer upfront damage setups, they just feel nicer to me. So try a few things and see what works best for you. And as always guys, I thank you very much for watching and I hope you've enjoyed the video. But if you have any suggestions, no matter how silly they are, usually the sillier the better, you can leave them in the comment section down below. And I would also like to extend a special thank you to all the channel members. Thank you very much guys, I really appreciate your support, it means a lot to me. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.